There's no drain plug up underneath these gearboxes, a plastic wannabe fill plug up on top, and what should we even put inside to maintain them? Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear, I'm JB. If you have a CRAFTSMAN, MTD, CUB Cadet, Yard Machines, or any other similar style snowblower with a gearbox looking like this, I'm gonna show you how to maintain it. First up, you'll wanna run the snowblower outside with the augers spinning. This will help loosen up whatever's inside that gearbox and get it flowing. Next, you'll wanna bring your snowblower back inside, put it on a level working area, and put some cardboard underneath it. Next, you wanna go ahead and pull the spark plug to prevent any unwanted startups. Now you'll want to take note of these gearboxes. They're fully sealed up with only a fill plug up on top. This does complicate things a bit, but this is how these companies cut corners. Starting out with this blue fill plug, I'm going to take this little pick and we're going to pop it out. Wiggle it from underneath and out it comes. You can see there's not much to it. Cheap, plastic, and you can see that it easily popped out. Do yourself a favor and set this aside in a safe spot. Now what we're gonna do is figure out what's hiding inside. I can tell you this, there's an impeller shaft coming in with a worm gear that links up to a gear on an auger shaft. Pretty simple inside, but if these gears wear down, you're looking at a very expensive and very time-consuming repair. One that potentially could outweigh the cost of your actual snowblower. Usually there's gonna be one of two forms of lubrication inside that gearbox, grease or oil. So now the question becomes, how do we find this out? Well, I'm gonna take these two zip ties here and make myself a dipstick. You're a dipstick. I'm simply just gonna take one end, feed it about halfway through, and that's it. This end will be for dunking inside, and this end will prevent it from falling all the way in. Next, what I'm gonna do is take the dipstick and dunk it down inside the gearbox as far as I can. Don't worry, you're not gonna hurt anything. There we go. Getting in there. Good, that's all the way in. And then we're gonna pull this baby out and we'll see what's on it. It looks like we have grease. I'm gonna try to send it down to this side. Let's see what we get. And what you can do is you can kind of wiggle it around because certain areas of the gearbox might house more of the grease than others. There we go. She's in there and out she comes. Looks like a little bit more this time. That is definitely, without a doubt, grease inside there. Now, as I stick it back in, it seems like I'm not really getting a lot of grease up here on top, which is where that worm gear is. You can see that only very little is coming out. As I push it down further, this is where more of the grease is gonna be on the sides of the gears. A little bit more. Looks like somebody sneezed on this thing. From my experience, most of these gearboxes are filled with grease, but check yours to be sure. If it was oil inside, it would be far more runny and possibly dripping off this dipstick. Plus, it'd be spreading its way on this paper towel. Now, the issue with grease is that once gears make contact with it, they kind of push the rest of the grease to the side, kind of like cake frosting on a plate. And if you don't touch it, it stays there. This doesn't exactly make for adequate lubrication over time. And to help lubricate this video with the YouTube algorithm, would you mind hitting that like button? Thank you. So now the big question is, how do we lubricate this gearbox? Well, this is double O grease. It's double OT grease. Listen, I've heard it called multiple things. The T's must be silent. I'm gonna go with what I read on the bottle. This grease is great for snowblower gearboxes and is recommended all over snowblower forums online. I'll have it linked down below in the description. I picked this up at Tractor Supply for less than $7. Not too shabby. Oddly enough, it was in the dog food aisle for some reason and not in the grease and lubricant aisle. Weird. For lack of a better term, this is what I call a runnier grease, or a sloppy grease. I'm gonna squirt some into this container. You can see that it's kind of runny, and then from here, as I tip it, you can see that it kind of moves a little bit inside the jar. That is what we want inside our gearbox. Something like red and tacky grease, although I do love this stuff, is not good because this doesn't run, it stays put, which is great for wheel bearings and things like that, but not for gearboxes. This grease will work its way better into those gears, putting itself exactly where we want it. Now what we have is a very tiny hole to get the grease inside. Stupid small. I agree, and I don't have a funnel that small either. I've seen some use a syringe to get it in. Hey, whatever works. Here's what I did. I heated up a nail and I poked a very tiny hole in the tip of this bottle. We're gonna give this a nice slow squirt and fill it up. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna squirt some in. I'm gonna take my time. You can kind of see I'm just letting it trickle its way in. I'm gonna stop, let it get in, and let it settle. I'm gonna put a little inside, let it settle, and then fill it up again and let it settle. This helps alleviate the issues of air pockets inside the gearbox. Right now I got a little air bubble going on. I'm just gonna take a pin, pop it, let it work its way down. From here, I'm just gonna add some more. That's good. Bring it out. Oh, look, an air bubble. There we go. I'll tell you what, this is painfully slow. It's a close second to watching paint dry, but you gotta do it this slow in order to make sure you're filling it the right way. So now I just put about 4 little squirts inside, putting a little in, letting it settle, and you will from time to time see a little bubble of grease start to work its way out. You gotta let those air pockets work their way out so you can get more grease back in. So now at this point of the game, I'm gonna check it with my dipstick, and I wanna make sure that I filled it up about 3/4 of the way. You don't wanna fill it up all the way because extra grease inside will cause the plug to pop itself free. We don't wanna do that. We're gonna see where we're at. I'm gonna put the dipstick in. Wow, that actually went in a lot easier, holy smokes. And then from here, we're gonna pull it out. Okay, so it seems like a majority of the grease, I set this off to the side here, yep, it's at about the 3/4 mark. This grease up here is just kind of around the rim, but from where it's picking up a lot of the grease here, is about 3/4 of the way. So I think it's safe to say that we're about 75% full. From here, what I'm gonna do is take my fill plug and we're gonna reinsert it, push it all the way down. Good, simple as that. Feels pretty snug. We're good to go. From here, to wrap up this procedure, don't forget to plug back in your spark plug. This gearbox procedure is now completely done. Now here are some tips and tricks to further help you out. One thing I want to make very clear here, you don't want to fill that gearbox all the way up. Manufacturers state that you should only fill that gearbox up about 3/4 of the way so that way you don't create too much pressure inside the gearbox or potentially have that fill plug on the top pop itself free. This is also one of those procedures that's not necessarily one of those one and done kind of things. This is one of those procedures that you should do and then use it a couple times, check it again. Maybe if you have to add some, you add some more, use it a couple times, check it again, and so on. Ideally, you should check your gear case at least once a season to see how it's doing. Since that gearbox is now fully lubricated, it's a good idea to run the machine and make sure things are working properly. You'll want to watch the plug on the top for a few moments to make sure it doesn't pop itself free. Now, if you're really concerned about lubrication inside that gearbox, a long time ago, a mechanic taught me that you could actually add some gear oil inside to help improve the lubrication of those gears. You shouldn't have any problems doing this, and you would get better lubrication. However, with these gearboxes, I'm not fully convinced that they could hold a lot of gear oil. You might see a few leaks, so keep an eye out for those. I did do these procedures on a snowblower long ago and still no issues to report on that gearbox. Now, if you're gonna go with oil, I would strongly recommend going with something like 75W90 or 80W90 gear oil. You wanna make sure that it's full synthetic though, because that does tend to flow a bit better in colder temperatures. In my experience, adding gear oil like this never steered me wrong. ARIENS has also cornered the market with their own brand of gear case oil, and they did have a similar grease that was made by Stens, but that's actually kind of hard to find. You wanna be sure that you use the correct grease or oil for your snowblower. And consult your owner's manual for more information. Funny enough, this CRAFTSMAN manual says absolutely nothing about maintaining this gearbox. Keep an eye out for any leaks. Now's a good time to watch the seals on the sides to make sure that no grease is making its way out. Unfortunately, I have to say this, if your gearbox is leaking oil or grease out the sides, your gearbox is headed for disaster. It is going to be a time-consuming and costly repair to get that fixed. If you have oil inside your gearbox and you see oil leaking out the sides, what you could do is instead fill it with grease. This really doesn't come out as easily, and it could be a quick fix for you. Now, depending on the age of your machine and the condition of your gearbox, it may be to your advantage to replace the entire gearbox assembly. Now, if you really wanted to get crazy, you could tap and drill a grease zerk onto the top of the gearbox. I wouldn't add it here where you have a seal, but you could add it here on the sides. This way you could add grease whenever you wanted to with a quick pump of a grease gun. Now, if you start hearing strange noises from your gearbox, start praying. Oh yeah. Chances are good your gears are worn and in need of replacement. Its days are numbered. This is why checking your gearbox at least once a season is a good idea to make sure everything's operating the way it should inside, and if you have to, just add a little grease or oil. It's also a great idea to grease your auger shafts. This will help prevent your augers from seizing to the auger shafts and potentially doing damage to the gearbox. So how do we lubricate these auger shafts if there's no ZERKS? Well, I did a video on this procedure and I'll have it linked down below in the description. It's also a great idea to keep a piece of cardboard underneath the gearbox for the next few days in case there's any leaks. For more cool garage gear content, click or tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.